I listened to everything. Some things that Francis Ngannou mentioned that I was really excited about was the pay, because one of the biggest issues with our local fighter is they don't get paid enough, or I should say they don't get paid enough like the other fighters at other parts of the world do get paid. We understand how currency is in Africa compared to out there. If you do convert the amount that fighters get in US dollars, you'll be shocked at the amount that champions alone in African promotions get. But if you look at it from the promoter's point of view as well, you can only give as much as you make, basically. So if they make a lot, I guess they would think it's fair to pay the fighters. But regardless, PFL Africa comes with a business model that the fighters will actually get paid very well. That would make people or fighters, athletes, that is, to take the thing very serious, so they can take care of their condition and they will train properly. So what I think this has potential to do is, I'm Nigerian, yeah. So in Nigeria, the number one sport is football. And as you know, right now, if you actually follow football, Nigeria has like the best talents when it comes to strikers, right? We're pretty shit when it comes to defense and midfield. But like in the striking world, if you list the top 10 strikers in the world, there are probably two or three Nigerians in there. So Nigerian kids back home, they strive to go to Europe to play football. Hence why they religiously watch the game, they religiously craft their football according to a top athlete, take their training seriously, take scouting very seriously so they can cross abroad. Um if MMA gets that type of appeal, that Nigerian kids now they start thinking about
Temba said Joseph
uh
Yobo.
yeah, Joseph Yobo used to, well, he used to play. But right now we really don't have any solid defender in the Super Eagles. So yeah, African kids would take it more serious so they could actually cross over. So I think that's another way to look at the development regarding PFL Africa. Another thing I read somewhere is that PFL had like a huge influx of cash from the Saudis, and that the Saudis have interest in Temba is out here dropping. I did not know Temba used to watch football like that. Yes, Celestin Babayaro. Toby, do you know Celestin
Babayaro.
Babayaro? Yeah, he used to play for Chelsea
Of
and
course,
Newcastle.
of course.
I'm a Chelsea fan. I actually started watching
Yep.
Chelsea because of Celestin Babayaro and John Obi Mikel. So Temba does know his football. He probably doesn't watch anymore. Um, Yeah, so I think that's what I picked out from the whole PFL Africa situation. But from our
Yeah,
title, we
quick,
said
quick.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you a quick question as to what do you think in terms of PFL Africa and how it affects the other growing promotions in Africa? So I know there's AKO, there's a couple of other fast
EFC.
rising promotions, EFC. There's this one that is from North Africa. I don't know. Is it African? I'm not sure.
Well,
Um,
I think with regards to that, the smaller promotions they do, maybe EFC, which is not arguably the number one promotion out of Africa. They kind of understand that UFC is the big league, right? So
who the hell is
uh
Babangida?
you don't know Tijani Babangida? Oh, come on, man.
Was he
He's a
great?
is he was a winger,
Was he
man.
great?
Come on. Yes, Tijani Babangida
I
was
thought we were
was
talking
amazing.
centre backs. I thought we were talking
No,
centre
but
backs.
Tijani Babangida is a winger. He played from the left. He wore number 11 for Nigeria. I think he played for Ajax as well. Ajax Amsterdam.
Anyways,
Yes.
back to what you
So
said.
yes, 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 yes. So where was I? So top promotions understand that fighters would want to go to the big leagues. In this case, UFC, and the more they go to the UFC, the better for them. Because you can see, EFC started promoting Temba Gorimbo when doing the Rock Johnson posted him, or when he was in the UFC when he won. EFC, they promote the hell out of Dricus Duplessis and their former bantamweight champion is a Cameron Simon. So they understand that even for bigness, big day. You understand? So I think if there would be a rivalry, it would likely be between EFC and PFL Africa, because EFC might try to put something in that contract of the fighters that you can only go leave if you are going to the UFC. Because I heard a few stories about the leadership down there in the EFC. They are with regards to the fighters, they would have to ask for permission as per their contracts to go and fight in other organizations. That is, if they don't get fights from the EFC. I heard something about a very talented fighter who wanted to. He was paid peanuts to fight, basically, and he didn't want to fight. He did not accept the fight, and then he asked for permission to go and fight in the Middle East, and they did not let him as per his contract. So maybe there will be a bit of that. I guess at this point, fighters would have to be smart with the contracts, especially in EFC.
That,
I think
do
maybe
you
with
do
with
you
with
think
with other promotions like African Knockouts, maybe those promotions could be a pull for PFL Africa to pick fighters out of there and recruit them. Basically, they could have a deal like that. But what were you going to say?
yeah, you were saying something about the leadership of the EFC, and I don't want us to go away too far away from the topic, but I remember we did an interview with I'm struggling to remember his name now, the goat of the EFC. What's his name?
Igu Kabesa.
Uh, yeah, Cabeza, and he specifically told us that he was trying or he was close to getting into the PFL. Do you think that this PFL African thing helps in that regard,
Yeah,
or
it does. It does,
is that part of what is blocking the move currently?
because it depends on the magnitude that the reach of what PFL Africa is going to be, the the magnitude of the events that they are going to be putting the production, and then the money that comes with it. Because according to what Francis Ngannou said, no promotion can pay what they would pay. You understand? Because PFL right now, it kind of looks like they are not in the business for profit. It kind of looks like it is what AEW is to WWE. They've got the money, so they want to splurge it. Not really splurge it, but try to promote the sport. And I really think if MMA catches on in West Africa, and the kids out there, the boxers and the wrestlers and the kickboxers and all those guys kind of understand that, okay, this could be a way out of my situation. I could make money, decent living from this. Think I think they'll be onto something when it comes to growing the economy and all that. So yes, those are my thoughts. I don't want us to indulge in this topic too long. uh I don't want people to assume we're clickbaiting them.